The images in this video are all supposed to be real 4K resolution and were supposedly captured by NASA's Mars rovers, Opportunity, Spirit, and Curiosity, directly from the surface of the planet. If you find this video interesting, please hit the like and follow. This is some of the first 4K resolution footage ever available from the surface of Mars. So let's head across the alien terrain of another world. The team at NASA has given Mars informal place names, which you will see across the center of the screen as locations change. The cameras the rovers were equipped with were the absolute best technology had to offer at the time, when the respective missions were launched. People are always asking the question as to why we don't actually have live video from Mars, and NASA always replies that although the cameras are very high quality, the rate at which the rovers can send data back to Earth is very slow and one of the biggest challenges of recovering the footage, because Curiosity can only send data directly back to Earth at a whopping 32 kilobits per second. Instead, they wait for the rover to connect to the Mars Renaissance orbiter, where they can get speeds of 2 megabytes per second. Unfortunately, this link is only available for about 8 minutes each day, and as one would expect, sending HD video at these speeds would take a very long time. As nothing really ever moves on Mars, it makes more sense to take and send back still images. So, in order to create a video like this, several images must first be stitched together to create a mosaic or panorama. Depending on how many images are connected, you might see black areas in the footage where no image was taken at all. I tried not to include any of that footage, it just looked all chopped up, and just not the quality I wanted to include in the footage you are watching. I tried my best to preserve the 4K quality of the footage I found, but by trying not to include those areas, you may see a bit of distortion in a few areas. When they were taking these mosaics and panning across them, they state that they did it at 60 frames per second. So they could create the most lifelike experience of being on Mars as they could with what was available to them. Anyway, while the rover was exploring the area that NASA named Glen Toriden, which was theorized to contain large amounts of clay found on Mars, signals the presence of water in the past, and at this point NASA claims that the NASA rovers have found irrefutable evidence that Mars was once a watery planet. They also gave a reason for why the sky color varies from image to image, and that is that the true color of Mars is actually reddish and hazy in some images. However, the sky will appear blue and bright like on Earth. This is due to the recoloring of images done by NASA in order to aid geologists identifying rock formations, and that this technique also produces a much clearer picture, so we can see Mars in much greater detail. Curiosity is the only rover still active on Mars. The previous two rovers, Spirit and Opportunity, unfortunately succumbed to the Martian environment. They were launched around the same time. Landing on opposite sides of the planet, they are considered twin rovers. One of NASA's most successful missions. Poor Spirit became trapped in a sand dune and lost the ability to charge its solar panels. After 6 years of service, Opportunity outlives Spirit, roaming Mars for more than 14 years now, and still making astounding discoveries. Opportunity was lost back in 2019. After experiencing a massive dust storm and essentially freezing to death. NASA's newest rover, Perseverance, landed on Mars on February 18, 2021. NASA's Perseverance rover has been actively collecting and sending back data from Mars. As part of its mission, Perseverance is searching for signs of ancient microbial life and collecting samples of rock and regolith, which is broken rock and soil, for potential return to Earth. The rover has been on Mars for over 3 years now and continues to explore the Jezero crater, a site believed to have been favorable for microbial life in the past. Perseverance has reached a promising location in the Jezero crater to search for signs of fossilized life. The area is believed to have been flooded with water in the past and was home to an ancient river. Although the Ingenuity Mars helicopter has completed its initial mission, it continues to collect data that will be valuable for future explorers. Perseverance has been drilling rock cores in the Jezero crater. NASA is seeking new ways to return these samples to Earth for detailed study, which has generated excitement and anticipation among scientists. The concept of living on Mars is a fascinating topic that has captured the imagination of scientists and the public alike. Here's a summary of the current plans and considerations for future human habitation on Mars. NASA's vision. NASA aims to send astronauts to Mars as early as the 2030s, focusing on scientific discovery and the potential for life on the red planet. The agency is working on technologies to enable humans to live and work on Mars, such as producing oxygen from the Martian atmosphere and growing food for long-duration missions. Mars Sample Return Mission. There are plans to bring samples of Mars material back to Earth for detailed study. This mission is crucial for understanding the geology and potential biosignatures on Mars. Habitability challenges. Living on Mars presents numerous challenges, including extreme temperatures, dust storms, and a thin atmosphere composed mostly of carbon dioxide. Solutions for reliable power sources, such as nuclear fission and technologies for building habitats, are being explored. Private sector involvement. NASA is also calling on private companies to contribute to the Mars mission, especially in areas like developing rockets capable of returning from Mars with collected samples. While these plans are still in the development phase, they represent significant steps toward the goal of establishing a human presence on Mars. It's an exciting time for space exploration, with the prospect of expanding our horizons beyond Earth.